She looks very serious.
Anti-clockwise is over the scope?
Anti-clockwise is over the scope, and it's bringing it this way. That's anti-clock. Yeah. Right. Yeah. We'll take it as said. I won't do it to you. It's always to the first one that I do. So if you're ever first, you're always knowing that I'm going to do something to you. That's better. Straighten. I'll finish that coffee in a minute. Straighten. Yeah, straighten. Just relax. Now, as you bring the scope up, it then changes position. As you let the scope come down, it changes position. Yeah?
If you are moving the left hand away, it will be clockwise or
Anti-clockwise is down.
if you're moving
Clockwise.
inside the scope, clockwise. Outside,
Anti-clockwise. Yeah. So you're good now, good to go. So where's the lumen? You'll always hear us asking you, where's the lumen? 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 6. Where's the lumen? Very important. Where's the lumen? Remember what I want you to do with the finger. So, why do we always want the lumen at 12 o'clock? Easy.
no, not easy, but you can turn the big wheel up.
It's easier to pull it back. There is a reason why we always want the lumen at 12 o'clock.
So what is the reason?
Nope. Visual field stays the same.
You can angulate. Sorry.
Angulate. So what is the angulation of pulling the big wheel all the way back? Good man. Good man. What's the angulation? When you pull the big wheel back, what's the angulation? What's your scope guide say? Have a look. Have a look. Okay, so take the scope out. Angulation, when you pull the big wheel back, tip goes up. Angulation. How can I make that go to 108 degrees? To 208 degrees. Small wheel. Small wheel. So if you do that, then it does that. See as it kicks off to one side? That's the position that you have the scope when you're going to do retroversion in the rectum. See the space that it occupies is much smaller. But also when you actually push the big wheel, the little wheel forward, that then tells you to go anti-clockwise because you're leading with this. You don't go clockwise. If you pull it back, which is the one I do, that then tells me I can go that way. Open the stance. And I can see to the side. If I don't do the little wheel, I take off, I come here. I occupy a lot more space in the rectum.
Yeah.
What I don't want to do is occupy that same space. Now on the scope, if you look at the monitor, the scope is pointing upwards and the tip goes upwards on the screen. Can you see it? What happens when I rotate it to 6 o'clock? Say again. It goes down? Yeah, down on the screen? So I'm saying to you, I now do this. What direction is it travelling on the screen, the tip? Upward. Can you see the screen? So what direction is the scope going?
Up, down.
Up, down. What happens when I rotate it 180 degrees? What happens now when I pull the big wheel back? Does it go down, up? What?
When you are
Down? I'm now here. I pull the big wheel back. You can see. Big wheel forward. Big wheel back. I now rotate the scope 180 degrees. What's going to happen when I pull the big wheel back to that image? Does it go down first or does it go up first?
down.
Down.
When you rotate them.
So it goes down. Down? Down? Up. Up. 9 o'clock. Up. 3 o'clock. Up. Doesn't matter. The computer tells it whatever way. So never get confused and say, oh look, I'm now going into the left lateral position. That ain't true. I'm actually gone anterior. That doesn't matter. Okay? The only way to know whether your tip is pointing up or down is how to do what? How do I know that tip is pointing up? Yeah, but I could be having the wheel. How do I know that it's not pointing down? The position of the wheel is the same. How do I know that that scope has got tip up? Even though outside the patient it's tipped down, how do I not know that I've got the big wheel back?
From the screen you can.
What do I do?
So if the interior it is up, if it is down, it's
I could actually go, right, the tip, that's forward now. Oh, look. Oh, yeah. So, okay. So that's telling me that the tip, even though that is genuinely down, I'm thinking that's going up, and it's not. So it doesn't matter. How do I know which
it is up.
that the tip is gone to the optimum angulation?
It is
Very easy. You put the scope here. I pull the scope here, so now it's pointing up slightly. I go clockwise, the scope goes clockwise. I go anti-clockwise, the scope goes... If I do tip down, I go clockwise, the scope goes anti-clockwise. So what will happen is, throughout the next couple of days, I'll say stop, slowly apply a clockwise torque. Your tip is down. You're doing this, and you're thinking this. So whatever directional torque, if I put clockwise and it goes left, I know you have got the tip down, even though it's there. So if I go, yep, tip's down. It helps when you're teaching.
First of all, I will do the.
Yep, we've chucked that as red. She's the only one I'm going to pick on.
There are multiple ways how to refer the.
Call me Paul. Call me Paul. My mother called me Paul. My father called me all sorts. My mother called me Paul. You're very quiet. Remember your chin. Is it difficult to advance? Oh. Okay. Are you doing a rigid siggy, or are you actually just saying hello to the lady in front of you? Okay, so how are you going to put the hand in line? How are you actually going to put your hand in line? Good. It's not just bringing it up, it's actually rotating this to your shoulder, bringing this to here. Yeah? It was anti-clockwise, by the way, what you should have done. On the mannequin, I'll let you do things that because it's safe to do so. But on patients, I will say, stop! Did you stop? No. Okay. There you have, that's fine. Excellent. So what have you done, principally? Personally, I think you guys probably pass the scope a little bit quicker in your normal practice. Personally, I think you're lifting that scope too high. You don't need to smell what's coming out of the scope. You just need to hear. All right, great. Now, apply a clockwise torque and draw the scope back a centimetre. So, in applying the clockwise torque, thumb at 6, thumb at 6, let go, let go, let go. Thumb, there you go, at 6. Slowly apply the scope, bring the scope up, draw the scope back, undo this, now go forward. How does that feel in difference? Yeah. I've done one before. Excellent. So, scope guide, where do you think you are? Okay. Well, you're still in the descending, but don't worry. So take the scope out.
One thing I want to know, if I want to get a acute bend, so I should do the up regulation before the...
You always want the lumen. Right. So here's the thing. Take this out. What happens to the tip of the scope when you actually apply directional? What happens to the tip of the scope? So here's the lumen. Fingers together, hold your hands out, like this. Right? So I'm coming along, I'm the scope. This is the tip of the scope. There's the direction. Right? Oh look, all this space. What does the tip do? But what else has it done? Shortens. So you go forward, slowly advance, slowly advance, slowly advance, slowly. So what will happen when you guys are starting, it'll be a bit jerky, but when we do it, it looks smoother. And you're thinking all the time, he's doing this, and then he's doing this. He's not. Hand is here, and basically all we're doing is this. But what we're doing is advancing the scope, tip up, advancing the scope, tip up, advancing the scope, tip up, advancing the scope, tip up. But because we've got experience, we're able to time the torque and time the angulation with the lumen. That's what you're asking. With experience, it becomes smoother. When you first started driving, same thing.
You still can't drive.
Still can't drive. You can't drive!
I can.
Yep, no worries.